Hey, it's Monday at 8 p.m., which means it's time for another episode of Effin Rager. Hey, everybody, I'm your host, Connor Clifton, joined as always by my lovely co-host, Ned Gale. Ned,
what's up?
How the heck are you?
I'm doing fantastic, having a good Monday.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm a little thrown off.
How are you? You sound frazzled.
Yeah, I've had
frazzled and dazzled.
Had some technical difficulties here on the show, which are giving me a little bit of a headache. So why don't you go ahead and make me feel better by telling me, how was your freaking weekend?
Okay, so get this. Friday night, we get off work.
That's
we
true.
drive home. Feeling. Oh, no, we don't even drive home. We drive straight to an art show. Check out the in-residence show at the Contemporary Craft Center.
Yeah, that's right.
Very cool. Saw
Very
some great
cool.
art.
Yeah.
Then what did we do from there? We went to another art show. We went to Insomnia Gallery to check out the collage show.
The collage art show.
Yeah.
We hung out with Rahul and
whole
Devin,
night's a collage.
friends of the show, and we went to Dots.
Went to Dot, got
I
hella
paid too
breakfast.
damn much for eggs. My meal was called 2 eggs, and I spent $20 damn on those friggin' eggs.
Wait, 2 eggs was $20? What else did you get there? What came with 2 eggs, accessory-wise?
Grits. 3 slices
This is
of
the
bacon.
biggest bowl of grits I've ever seen. You
It was
wear that like a
huge
hat.
bowl of grit. Some bacon.
Sick.
And
Tight.
2 biscuits.
Okay.
$20.
Why don't they call it 2 eggs and 2 biscuits? At least.
Why don't they call
and
it?
then the rest.
Why don't they call it too expensive? That's what that item should be called, man. I hated it. I was so mad. I'm done with Dots. Okay, how was your Saturday?
Well, I was going to say, yeah, we were going to keep going after the breakfast, but we all got too tired from eating it.
Yeah.
So Saturday was good. We hung out, had a meeting for a show that I won't mention now. It'll be mentioned in the plugs.
Yeah, save it for the plugs.
And then after that, we all hung around the house. I think we watched Batman and Ninja Turtles.
We did watch Batman versus
That was
Ninja
cool.
Turtles. It was much cooler than I anticipated.
Way cooler than it should have been.
Yes.
Great animation.
The animation, it was more like Batman than Ninja Turtles. So the turtles looked real weird.
I think it's the new Ninja Turtles because it said Ninja Turtles based on the characters from Nickelodeon. Or
I
whatever.
follow them on all social media channels. They're not the new Ninja Turtles.
No turtles of mine.
Yeah, not my turtles, buddy. Okay, then Sunday, what'd you do?
Oh, I was going to say Saturday night, Outside Skin performed.
Yeah.
One of our most alienating sets of all time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
For you guys?
I could hear just like pockets of like 1 to 2 people laughing each time, but every person that was laughing very hard. And the rest of the people were just like, huh?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, at one point we even left the entire theater and just kind of did some bits outside on a microphone.
Okay. Did those go over well?
Who knows? I couldn't hear them. According to Jared, friend of the show, people were very actively listening and some losing their minds, others not sure what was going on.
Okay, that's good.
So, yeah, no, I think that's a typical Outside Skin show.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Okay.
And then I did Cricket and Slouch with our friends, Cricket and Slouch.
Mm-hmm. They were here last week.
Yeah, and it was great. It was fun. I was sweating a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Then Sunday, I went to the Astros game, got to watch the Astros crush the Angels 11-2.
Ooh.
Best part of the game, Albert Pujols was up at bat, bases are loaded for the Angels. Everybody hates Albert Pujols. If you're from Houston, you hate him. He sucks. And then he struck out.
Ooh.
Bye-bye, Albert.
Oh.
He must hate playing here in Houston. And you can hear more about it on my sports podcast, which is now on indefinite hiatus.
Oh, yeah. Wait a second.
Yup. I'm having a Monday. All right. How was your Sunday?
My son, I literally did nothing. I sat on my couch. At one point, I left... Our couch in the middle of the street. Is what's going to happen. No, I sat on our couch. I only left once, and that was to go into VR, and then I took the helmet off, and I was still on the couch, and that's all I did.
Wait, you played VR all day?
Not the whole day, for like 20 minutes. Then I got kind of dizzy.
20 minutes? Okay. Because you told me you played No Man's Sky for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And now, so only 20 minutes of those 6 hours were spent in a virtual reality.
Yeah, it's some
No
sort
Man's
of
Sky-like
virtual-like world. Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. I'm glad you're finally getting your money's worth out of that game 3 years after it came out.
It's good now.
Yeah, that's good. It's like, how did you feel when you bought that game and realized you didn't really get what you paid for?
Let down?
Let down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you felt like swindled, duped maybe?
Man, I really wanted to play into your segue, but I don't know what you want me to say, so just
it's
do
just
it.
like, did you feel pranked by chance?
Okay, I see.
Well,
yeah, I felt freaking pranked.
Well, speaking of pranks, our guest today loves to make a bunch of pranks, especially on the phone. He's a fantastic comedian, podcaster, and performer here in the city of Houston. Please give it up for Albert DeLeon. Hey, Albert. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks, guys.
What's
No
up?
problem. How you doing? Did you like that segue?
I did. I loved it.
It's pretty
Awesome.
smooth.
Super smooth.
One of my only jobs on the show is to come up with a segue for our guests, and sometimes I get it great. And I think I did a really good job this time around.
You've done it 70 times. You've knocked it out of the park. A couple, I'm sure.
I've had some good ones.
And speaking of people,
I feel like
another flesh bound.
when I finally get to the point where we go, and speaking of guest, I think it'll be time to end the show.
And guessed what?
Well, Albert, thank you very much for coming onto the show.
yeah, no, I was actually really excited when you guys asked me, so this is cool.
Oh, man,
thank
prepare to
you.
be let down.
Yeah. So let's start off. We typically ask people about party styles, history
Yeah.
of partying. Do you remember the very, very first party that you went to?
Man, I can't, because my like party like journey, I guess, is very scattered. I didn't party at all in high school or anything like that with my friends. And I didn't really start drinking until I was like 25. I'm 33 now. So it's all like kind of up in the air. Probably some sort of like friend of a friend's random party. I think one of my friends from high school was like DJing at one point. I think I might have went with him to one of those parties.
What was his DJ name?
It was like some backyard. I don't think he had one.
And was he DJing or did he have an iPod?
It was definitely like something like that. He was just hit and play and stop, and then yeah.
Well, allow me to ask this question. Do you only define partying as like a drinking affair? Because we can even talk birthday parties if you want to. Like first
Sleepovers, slumber
yeah, or
parties,
sleepover,
pizza parties.
Ooh,
I definitely would count.
political.
There's got to be alcohol.
There's gotta be.
There has to be.
Okay.
I probably sound like a hardcore drunk right now.
No, it's fine.
Like I'm not having fun unless I'm have alcohol in my
Unless
veins.
I am completely detached to myself.
Yeah, it's kind of true. Unfortunately,
You heard it here first.
I need the drink.
Okay, so moving along, one of the things that we've noticed as we do the show is that people's party style tends to change. So what is your party style like now? How do you party now, besides getting drunk?
Yeah, and I've never actually. I should just confirm. I'm actually. I do like to drink, but I've never been able to like drink like that. I've never blacked out before.
Yeah.
Just because of my stomach, I guess it's like a. What do you call it? A good thing and a bad thing?
Yeah. A natural defense mechanism against.
Exactly. My stomach just never. It starts to feel full. Really feel like more like sooner than most. Like just like how you get that full uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah.
And so I've never been able to like keep. Like some people can just keep drinking and keep partying. I at some point I have to stop. So it's always kept me.
So you just get full of like beer and liquor.
Exactly. I get full.
Wow.
It kind of sucks. I want to like. There's times where I'm like, man, I want to.
You could do what
Drinking.
the super, I'm doing quotation marks, cool kids at my high school did, and do like shots of vodka in your eye. I hear that hits you immediately. You feel nothing afterwards.
Damn it. They'll kind of.
Because you're dead.
Yeah, because you just die instantly. I don't know if that's a true thing or just a rumor that went around, but I heard that. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Vodka in the eye.
Psychopaths you were hanging out with.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
really.
These are my friends. These are cool people.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
My style, I would say my style is like just drink. I do drink kind of fast too without knowing it. I'm kind of a nervous drinker.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm a chill partier.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like to.
That's good.
it's like, I'm
that's
not-
kind of me. I like
don't
to
wanna
kick
be-
back.
I gotta
Yeah.
admit, I'm a little surprised that you call yourself a chill partier because you're a psycho online.
I am. Exactly.
Ned and I were just talking about how we have a really hard time reading you online.
we don't know you super well.
I don't
So every
blame
time I see you in person, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Albert. Like, I see you online, it's like, oh man, he's going.
The first time I met you in person, I had read your post online before, and as you were walking up to, we were just gonna shake hands. I was like, oh no, Albert's gonna stab me.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. I did my job then.
Well, I definitely wanted to read some stuff I've seen on your Facebook.
Okay, no, hold on a second. Before you do that, let me just, people don't know me at all, and are gonna hear these.
I also want to note that Connor unfolded a print, not even a handwritten note, it's like a printed piece of paper.
I want to say that I do deliberately write crazy shit, but it is I am trying to entertain. So anyway, you could read it.
It is very entertaining.
No, this is
I am
great.
pro this.
Here we go. Popeyes doesn't have the waffle fries or the customer service or the lemonade or the sweet tea or all the dips. Popeyes hasn't accomplished blank.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, now I brought this up because as I went through your social media, I noticed that you post a lot about food and snack news.
I do. Oh yeah, I do.
Which, hey, no judgment there. If you look at my Instagram, I'm always sharing like the latest candies that are coming out.
Yeah. And here on the show, we're freaking snack boys, my guy.
We are
like,
snack boys.
What is your? We like to talk about like party snacks, like party food.
Okay.
Like, what do you like to eat when you party?
Oh my god.
Or what do you eat and suddenly think you are partying?
Yeah, what activates the part?
You know,
like when a kid bites into a pizza roll and he turns into like metal,
or a gusher and he has a giant bunch of grapes for a head.
It would that would be like a ruffled chip with the ranch dip, maybe.
Oh my god!
I think if I'm eating that, I think this is a good party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This work meeting just turned into a party.
Oh yeah, love that shit.
It is very, very good. I'm a huge fan of the dip. When we went out when we went to Copper's Cove, we stopped off at this vape shop that Cody, friend of the show, always insists on going at. He's a real vape head. But there's this dip that they had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it was like a fat lot of dip or like dummy dip or something like that.
No, it definitely used a swear word, and I'm trying to remember what it is without saying it. But it was like dip S or something like that.
Yeah.
Something that was like, this ain't your dad's effing dip. Like, just like unnecessarily attitude-filled dip.
I think dip is, or like dip mix is a very I don't know how to describe this.
I'm seeing some loud calls for French onion dip with their ruffles.
French onion dip.
I'm a freak for the French onion.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I think that's what I sort of meant. Did I say ranch? I think, well, French onion and they're all kind of the same. Like
it's all sour cream with powder.
Right. All
but
that
with
shit.
A lot of onion powder, my guy.
White shit with some other stuff in it.
I've never really had the French onion. I can't really describe. What are you laughing at? What are you giggling at?
I was looking at the comments because I didn't realize they were refreshing. And Billy says that he has a Google Doc that Zayed shared with him that has nothing but quotes from you, Albert, teaching defensive driving. And he says it's his favorite thing ever. So if you want to get into that, I'd love to talk about defensive driving stuff.
That's I'm actually currently literally waiting to get my renewal license right now, like in the mail, because I've taught it off and on for years, and I haven't taught it in the last few years.
Where do you teach at?
Well, I teach with a company called Comedy Guides Defensive Driving. They're from Dallas, and I teach at basically restaurants. It could be any restaurant that has like moderately priced food and like a party room in it, so I can teach a class.
Now you're talking my language.
Oh yeah. I always did Fuddruckers when I got speeding tickets in high school because I was like, there's a guaranteed milkshake. Why wouldn't you want to do this? It costs the same as another place and you get a milkshake.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Were you speeding just so you could get a free milkshake?
Yeah. Want this fucking milkshake?
Okay, so what? How do you walk me through one of your classes? Let's say like I'm a bad boy. No, hang on, scratch that. I'm a bad boy, and I was caught speeding.
Ooh,
and now I'm here at Crab Daddy's taking my defensive driving course.
And I'm 75, and I'm just coming here for the insurance benefit. And I came with my wife.
That's perfect. That's legit. That's exactly what it's like sometimes. Just like that.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I've been.
Yeah, you must have been a few times.
What part of Fuddruckers do you understand? So walk us through a.
I have like a whole I like really put a lot of thought into it actually, because like the stuff that I had is like those are the little things the little like snippets of things I say to them to kind of, it's all meant as a distraction. So I've made a bunch of crazy like stuff up. And
what a great thing to say in a defensive driving course.
And they're all kind of like little stories.
Oh.
And I learned that when I first started teaching it, I was always, I was trying to do like little jokes, and I like, oh, they're just staring at me when I do that. Like, they just like they hate me for trying to make them laugh. But that's the thing, when they realized when I was trying to make them laugh, they didn't want to laugh. But when I said something that someone else said, which wasn't true, I made it up. So I would have to say, hey, guess what happened last class? There was a guy that pulled his pants down, and everybody like, what? And so I learned if I just say that someone else said it or did something in another defensive driving class, they literally just like instantly believed it, and then it was entertaining.
They're just like me.
Yeah, pretty much. So I couldn't just do like jokes. I had to like tell them stuff stuff like.
We need to do that now on the show. We're just like, a previous listener told me.
Our guest last week, don't listen to the episode.
Don't quote this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like when you're like, I don't know, like someone that you meet and then they tell you like their dad did something, or like something crazy happened in their family. You're like, oh my God, like that's, you instantly believe it because it's
unless you're a jerk and you're like prove it.
It's like a personal story, right?
I want to see receipts.
Something about little stories about people just like, oh, that's gotta be real. But if I was to try to make some corny joke about driving, they'd be like, all right, we don't know.
I think another surefire way to get someone to believe you is like, as soon as you're done telling the story, you just go like, you can't make this stuff up, man.
The best part is when I make some shit up and then someone is like, oh, that's true. I've heard that.
Classic. Yeah.
Well, speaking of fake news, back to this list of stuff that you post.
Connor has a scroll.
So one of the things that I saw recently was you got beef with milk, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So you posted something about how milk is a scam. We're being lied to about how we need milk.
Yeah.
But then I started reading up on some of this food news.
Uh-huh.
And you're kind of woke with the GMO stuff, man. I gotta give it to you. Like, you smelled the Impossible Burger facade a mile away.
Oh, yeah. I tried that thing. It was good.
Where'd you try it at? Because we also had Impossible Whoppers this weekend.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting confused. I had the Impossible Whopper. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. Impossible Whopper. Wait, yeah, that's what I had.
Burger King. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's what I ate recently, the Whopper.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
It's pretty good.
I was a little dry. Yeah, I was underwhelmed.
But also that Burger King is just kind of dry in general.
Oh yeah, that Burger King sucks.
They must have a sponge working
kind of a dry Burger King.
Yeah.
Now,
one of our guests told us last week there must have been a sponge working there.
Oh yeah.
Now taking it back, I do want to touch when you talked about Popeyes. This was in reference to the Popeyes Chick-fil-A sandwich thing that's going on.
Yeah.
Have you had the sandwich yet?
I'm confused about the chicken sandwich thing that happened recently, because I could have sworn I had that sandwich like 6 months ago or something.
I think they re-released it.
Is that what happened?
Because I was convinced
this is the HD remaster that they just put out. Like, they took some time, they shot it with new characters.
I think it's like the Berenstein Bears or Mandela effect, because Ned and I had this exact conversation. Ned said, "Hey, the new chicken sandwich Popeyes."
I blew my nose before.
And I said, Ned, that's not true at all. And I was wrong. Apparently it's new. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if they ever had a chicken sandwich.
Maybe
I feel like they have bread and chicken, so I just assumed they put it together at some point.
I don't know.
Yeah, I had something like that. That's like 6 months ago or something.
Because I might just be thinking of the Cane's sandwich. That's pretty good. Cane's has a chicken sandwich too.
That bread they use isn't great.
At Cane's?
For that sandwich?
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Kaiser roll or whatever.
It feels dry as
hell. Also, I don't need the lettuce. I don't need that one thin, super overly wet piece of lettuce that you throw on there.
You don't like that it shoots out when you bite it.
I want to imagine every time you get that sandwich and open the bun, like, guys, do we have to do this? Like,
we still doing this?
Yeah.
And you can't take the lettuce off because it has all of the friggin' sauce on it.
stuck with it.
Similar to that, one of my favorite Kane's interactions of all time. I was there at like 2 a.m. getting some chicken after a night of drinking, as was everybody else there. It was super crowded. And this lady was sitting up there, and she's like doing the, can I get a... and the guy's like, do you know what you want? And she's like, yeah, 1 second. And he's like, all right, well, we just served chicken here, so whenever you're ready.
Did he really say that?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Which I was like, yeah!
That also happened to my dad. Now, I definitely want to stop raking you through the cold here, which is social media posts. Mm-hmm. But I do want to move into some of the stuff that you do in the comedy world. So you have your own podcast. Yeah. Which is called Change the Subject with Albert DeLeon. And I think it's pretty interesting. I'm guessing you just record for, 2 hours?
Yeah, the way I do that is I record at Pat Thomas's place, who's another local comic, and he has a podcast, Stay the Course. And then I go over there. So he's like my producer. He's my producer. He helps write it with, he comes up with ideas. And then I book someone and we go to Pat's. We record for 2 hours, but we stop every 30 minutes. So it's we do it 4 times. So every 30 minutes we stop and then do it. Yeah, and then we release one every week for that month.
Yeah.
I think that's so.
I like that.
Smart.
I like how the guests have like a quick run too. It's kind of neat. It's like, ooh, we got a month run of
and you can kind of
or something like that.
Yeah, and I thought of it later, like it's sort of like a binge like listening kind of thing. Like you get like a season of this guest and a season with this guest.
Yeah.
I hopped around the Bob Morrissey, friend of the show, Dusty Rhodes, friend of the show, and Joshua Stokes, not yet friend of the show.
Ooh, we should get him.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I hopped around some of those episodes. They're pretty entertaining.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love it.
I try. That's the whole. I'm trying. That's the. If you should read the. I actually rewrote that description a few times to let people know, like, hey, I'm trying here.
Hey, when I went back, because I tried to deduce it myself, I was like, why does he do this? How does he do it? Yeah. And then I read the description on my really weird podcast app on my phone, but it laid out perfectly and explained, like, recorded in 2 hours, like, in 30-minute intervals. Like, oh, this is way smarter than what we're doing.
And it had a picture of you looking at the camera saying, I'm trying here.
Exactly. Come on. I really, because someone one time, there's one negative review for it, and they wrote, and one of the first things they said was, what is this? And I really didn't get mad at that, because I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't know either if I didn't know what the heck, if I wasn't like friends with me, what's the like true meaning of this podcast? Because the name Change the Subject is so, random.
Yeah.
I want to ask, so I brought this up to Ned before. We've talked about it on like our morning commutes and stuff like that, but when I listen to the big podcast that everyone knows, like Comedy Bang Bang, Doughboy, stuff like that.
Effin Rager.
Yeah. They pull from, well, with the exception of our show, they pull from that same talent pool of L.A. Or if you're a Chicago-based podcast, Chicago. Or New York. And here in Houston, we are pulling from the same pool that you're pulling from in terms of guests and building this weird guest economy here.
Yeah.
Do you... I don't know. I just I think that's what makes the podcast scene pretty unique. Like, granted, we're never gonna have like Scott Aukerman. I mean, it'd be cool.
Yeah,
but we're not gonna.
I thought that was him knocking at the door. I was like, no freaking way.
No, I'm not doing an improv game. I'm talking about the state of podcasting.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get your opinion on like what you think a local podcasting scene could use, and what do you think Houston's doing really well?
I think what Houston's doing really well is, I don't think there's any way to go around like doing a podcast really wrong, right? I think if you're doing one, then you're doing something, and that's good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. You could always improve it. Like I've been trying to do that with mine. And what was the first, you said it like,
what are we doing well, and what could we use?
What could we use?
Yeah.
I think we could use probably more podcasts.
Yeah.
I've wanted to actually do another one. So I think that's it. I think.
Do you want a Shark Tank pitch it to us right now?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me put my fingers in contemplative positioning.
Yeah. If I like it, I'm willing to shell out $5 whole to go towards production of this podcast. Okay. That's right. I'm Ned Gale of Effin Rager Enterprises.
Okay. It's got people, like 4 people on it, and we record us talking.
Okay. I really like this idea so far.
And it's based around stuff happening around the world.
Okay.
Would you call that news?
I would say yes.
Okay, tight.
So it's like The View?
Sort of. But,
Okay.
But also not.
Oh,
So
okay.
you see, there's a twist there.
The last thing we invested in was pretzels, so we're not really looking for more twists.
Yeah, it's a new idea I'm working with.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love it.
I like it.
Yeah, count me in. I'll give you $5.
Did I answer that good, by the way? By the podcast, state of the podcast, though.
Yeah, I think
so.
you're right.
No, I think both of those are good examples because, like, there's really nothing that goes into a podcast besides doing it. I think what makes it a podcast...
Hey, we're getting a phone call.
Thank
Shut
God,
up, man.
I want to make my point.
Hey, you're on Effin Rager.
Hey, Albert, this is Scott Ackerman, Earwolf Radio.
Oh, hey, Scott.
Hey.
And I just heard your idea for this podcast. I want to fly you out to L.A., get this thing together. What do you think, bud?
Hey, if this isn't a joke, I'm down.
No, wait a second. No.
Well, this is a joke. You just got pranked, Albert. This is your dad.
What?
I'm at Burger King, and it's my birthday. Where are you?
Fuck. Guys, can we cut it off?
Yeah, no problem. We'll hang up on your
Scare
dad.
the shit out of me. I didn't know my dad had the internet. What the hell?
Well, thanks, Mr. Albert's dad, for calling in. We appreciate it. Yeah, how's it feel to get pranked, Albert?
You know what? It doesn't feel good, guys. I'm really learning something here. I'm not liking this feeling. What have I been doing my whole life?
You know, we have I think we can make a prank call. I think we could try it. Do you want to try
I
it?
think we can make one. I think we can craft one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it from the Google Voice. They don't call my phone number back.
Okay.
They can call the Rage line, baby.
All right. Tell me what y'all want. What do you like to prank call? I really enjoyed your Gross Lonely Boys episode.
Oh, thanks.
The
Yeah.
cookie call, 10 out of 10. I think. Did you guys do the belt buckle call too?
Yeah.
Yeah, big fan.
That was when I used to do. I actually used to do that when I would teach defensive driving back in the day. On my breaks, when I would put on videos for the class, I would go outside and call. I would get the green page or whatever that is. Houston
green sheet.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I would turn to yeah.
Green sheet brings you buyers.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. I'll look up a phone number here.
Okay.
So what kind of?
What's
a business or what?
I just have a random thought. What if there was a surf shop called Surf's Up?
Surf's Up.
That
serves up. That also serves up surf and turf.
I like that.
Okay. A surf shop
Let's
named Surf's
Shark
Up
Tank
that
that.
sells surf and turf.
Is there a surf shop around here we can call and maybe pitch like a name change for them?
All right. I'm calling.
It's like a Ronald John around here.
I think there's Rack Your Board. Maybe they're still open. All right, Rack Your Board. You ready?
I feel like most surf shops are open from like noon to like whenever.
Am I doing this?
Yes.
Do you want to take the lead on this one?
Yeah. Okay. I might not have anything. I'll just improv it.
Okay. All right. Is it working?
Hi, and thanks for calling RackYourBoard.com, your source for tools to enhance your
Just leave
board
me a
sport
voicemail.
experience. Press 0 for immediate assistance.
All
This
right,
is
never
super
mind.
professional sounding.
All right, enough of that. Here, I'll call the PacSun in
Hi, this is
Galleria.
Jacob's dad at the surf shop.
Hi, this is
Cool. Here we go. You ready?
yeah.
All right.
Okay, Pacific Sunwear.
All right, dialing it now. Here we go.
Back from the Galleria.
Yeah. Do y'all sell surfboards there?
No,
What do you mean no?
we don't sell them.
So what part of where do y'all sell them at?
I'm not sure. Give me 1 second.
You should ask about surf shoes. Just so we can get him before we get this.
If we need to bail, you just let me know.
No, we're going to see this through.
That conversation was too intense for her. She's like, oh, I got to have help with this. Surfboards. Hold on a second. Let me go get the manager.
Are you getting a beep? What is that?
I think we're just on hold.
Are we on hold? Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow, we are really
What
on
do you
hold.
think the manager is going to do? Like,
He's calling
Exactly.
his manager.
surfboard. I never thought about that one. How do we not suggest him to a competitor?
There's also a Zoomies.
What about... What if we call one of these, what's that place? My little sister is going to one soon. That
Like an escape room?
one of those kids where they play like
Oh, like a Discovery?
what's
What
that?
the hell?
Hate that fucking song. I used to do telemarketing. I fucking hear that shit.
All right, I shut it down. Okay, what did you want?
Oh, hey, we're getting a call.
Oh,
no, they're calling us.
hi, you're on Effin Rager.
Hey, Albert.
Oh, hey,
Hey, buddy. I took you one of your driving classes.
you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
You never called my grandma.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Why was I supposed to call her?
It was her birthday. You had promised.
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry, man. I'll call her.
You're not at Burger King for your...
Hey, wait, we'll call your
Okay.
grandma. What's her number?
Yeah, what's your grandma's
this
number?
fucking...
Okay. Okay.
Should we bleep that?
And
And her name is Annalise.
Annalise? All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. We'll call her right now.
Wait, have I been cussing? By the way,
Yeah, who
A couple
cares?
times.
We bleep it out. It's fine. All right. Are we gonna call this? Are we gonna call this guy's grandma?
yeah. If you guys, if you guys want to,
It's your... I mean, it seems like it's your deed to complete. I don't want you to become a ghost with, like, unfinished business or anything. But I also don't want to pressure you into making any calls you don't want to
no,
make.
I feel like let's do it. You're
Let's do
right.
this. You know what? Yeah, we've never made calls on this show. This is a first start. Yeah, it's fun.
Hey, do me a favor. When Annalise picks up, just be like, "Hey, Annalise, it's Albert. No cursing."
Okay.
All right. Tell her no cursing. Here we go.
I'm sorry, but the person you called
Oh,
has
that-
a voicemail box.
Wait a
that has
second.
not been set up
That
yet.
is a fake number,
We got pranked.
dude. I think we just got pranked.
We got effing pranked.
Did we just get pranked right now?
This is
We
bull
just got
honky.
pranked. Hey,
This is actual bull.
Whoever just called in, call in again and turn on your friggin' location so we can pound your ass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you a prank.
I'm gonna prank your face with my fist.
Shove my prank right up your prank.
Yeah. And then I'll shock you. Prank 2. High voltage.
Then I'll.
Yeah, that's what you're going with.
I mean, a guest last week told me prank 2. High voltage.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, that's a genius idea.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Albert. Until we figure out what we're doing with this prank call, until we figure out another business to call, I want to talk to you about another show that you do here in Houston called Meetings.
Yeah.
It's been listed as an improv comedy show. Can you walk us through what that is?
Yeah, so it is. I was trying to figure out a way to do something that seemed like a sketch show, sort of, without having to write anything. And I was
Been there.
Yeah, you're preaching the choir, man.
Exactly. That's why I love improv.
I like how you did that while rubbing your fingers together doing the money sign. That's why I love improv, baby.
Show up, just show up and start talking. No, but yeah, so I was like, well, no, I've been wanting to for a while now figure out a way to get, this is my little crazy idea. I wanted to get stand-up comics to do improv. So I tried it a while back ago. When C Group first opened, I was getting stand-ups together and we were rehearsing in the back room. And my plan was I wanted to practice doing improv specifically just with stand-up comics and then do a show with them. Do a show where we do improv and then do stand-up,
Okay.
Instead of the stand-up goes on and then the improvisers come on. I wanted to see a show where I saw everyone do everything.
Yeah.
That was like my little fantasy thing I wanted to do. And then everyone was like, after we were doing it for a while, everyone was getting into it and like people were showing up to join in on the improv fund. They're like, I don't want to. There's like no one wanted to do it basically. They were all like, "Oh hell no, I'm not doing this in front of people." I'm just like, "What the hell are we doing it back here in the corner for the past 2 months then for?" And it's like, I just was doing it for fun. Yeah, it is fun. Now let's do it. Let's have a show. And they was just like, yeah. So I was like, damn it. Well, that was like a while back, and now I feel like it's a little bit different and so I was like, well, what if I do something where if I never done improv or I'm not comfortable doing it, like if I was just a local stand-up comic, what would be the easiest form of improv to do that with? I'm like, well, a meeting setting would be, because if we're all sitting in a meeting setting, and I was like, look, if you're in the meeting and we're all talking, you can just speak when you want to speak. So if you don't have anything funny to say, don't say it. You don't have anything to say. Whereas normal improv, it's very chaotic. Everyone's running around. People are doing all these crazy things, and it can seem very intimidating.
Yeah, the pressure's not so much there. It's like jump in when you want to jump in. Like,
right.
And so the stakes are very familiar. Like a meeting setting. We've all been in those.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you so happen are sitting in the meeting as an improviser and you're like, like, wow, I don't really know what to say right now, then you're just the guy in the meeting that's not saying much.
Yeah.
And then when you do say something, so
it might have that much more punch,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to me, it was like what's the most comfortable setting that we can all just be funny when we want to be funny. So that was sort of where the idea came from. So I was like, okay, well then we'll do every meeting. We'll have a different theme, a different situation, but it's always a meeting. We're all sitting and we're all talking amongst each other, and that's it. But it's always a different situation. And then there's stand-up comedy in between. So, and it's from the same performers. So,
I dig that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, you've done what, 2 of them?
We've done one, and then the second one is we're going to do it somewhere else.
Okay.
We're finding another location. But yeah, and we do take suggestions from the audience. We did do that. We did like, hey, start us off with a line or a word, or
do you call it market research to keep it in line with the show?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta check one of those out.
Yeah, and isn't it more fun like if you're in a group and you're on stage and you don't have to worry about coming up with some crazy scenario, like you're just the scenario's already been made, because the first thing that happens is the boss or who's ever in charge of the meeting goes, hey guys, this is Buffalo Wild Wings corporate, we're not selling wings, guys.
Or Zoomy Skate Shop, why are there no surfboards here? Let's see some minds spill out some ideas.
Boom.
Boys.
We could call them and ask them.
And that's it. That could be a meeting scene right there. And if there's 7 funny people or 5 really funny people stage, that's a hell of a lot of different things that could be said.
Yeah. What was your previous meeting about?
Like one of the meetings that we had.
Yeah. Your last show. Like, what did you guys get done, meeting wise?
We did one where we were a YouTube prank. Actually, my God. Speaking of this, we were a YouTube prank like channel, and we're trying to come up with new prank ideas. And because no one's watching the videos, and like I was a guy that kept just wanting to do the same like prank where I wanted just to like stab people. Like, can we just stab people? And they're like, no. And so. Yeah. It was really fun to see what people were gonna, and like Trey Tutson was in it, and he's never done improv.
Oh, Trey's great.
He's one of like the best stand-ups in Houston. He's never done improv, but in that I got to watch him do it.
Yeah.
And say something. He kept quiet a lot. A lot of the time, but when he had something funny, he spoke and got a big laugh. So it was cool.
That's awesome, and I hope that encourages more stand-ups to like jump into it more often. Like I'd like to see more stand-up improv crossover.
Yeah, and there's a mix.
City. Yeah.
Every show will be a mix of stand-ups and just and people that just do improv.
Yeah.
Unless there's some that do both, and then of course they'll do both. But
awesome.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Now the last thing I want to ask about before we move into our final segment is Purple Frog Penguy.
Right.
I've
Correct.
That's not only your Instagram handle, but it's a character that is featured in some of your videos that you put online.
Yes.
Can you tell us briefly what is Purple Frog Penguy?
He is a like a puppet pin thing I found one day at a teacher supply store.
Would you say the pin found you?
I think it did, because he was looking right at me.
Fate, destiny.
Right. He looked right at me, and I laughed. And I was like, I gotta buy this damn $8 pin.
Whoa!
I think it was like
weighted?
$7, $8.
Wow.
I was like, I gotta do like a layaway thing
Made
on
of
this.
ivory.
Come back and bring the $2 tomorrow. It's a little pin thing, and I just I film little stupid little sketches with it, and it's just cussing. It's lots of cussing, and there's a fat parrot Tony character who's a parrot, and he's fat, and he yells and cusses a lot with Purple Frog Pin, and they like to talk. And it's just a bunch of cuss words. It's really what it. And they get into trouble. I try to make up some sort of storyline with them.
Yeah, there's more context than you're giving.
Yeah,
it.
there is. Actually, I know.
I've called it Milo and Otis for Gen Z.
There you go.
That's what's on the Criterion box.
Exactly.
The purple pen.
If I ever make the DVD, I'm gonna have that on the back. Quote it.
All right. So before we move into everything, we are going to do our final segment. But listen, guys. Oh wait, we're getting a call. Hang on. Hey, you're on Effin Rager.
Albert, I'm still at Burger King, and I asked for one of those Impossible Burgers, and they said I had to eat it without opening my mouth. What does that mean?
I think that means you should leave Burger King.
Are you still coming, Albert?
No.
This is Mr. DeLeon Sr.
I never said I was coming.
Albert, it's my birthday.
But I think you should leave that establishment.
Prank. Albert, this is Scott Ackerman, bro. How you doing?
No. Jesus, you got me again. Fuck. Okay, this guy's too good. Can we stop him from calling in?
All right. No more calls.
Thought that was my damn dad again.
But listen,
It's just a snake in the grass.
if you do want to call into the show, but you can't make it while we're doing the show live, we do have a voicemail line, which is 910 Hi Rager, which is 910-447-2457.
2437.
2437.
Yeah.
You have terrible handwriting.
Prank.
All right. And
Wow,
we,
you're bad at
we got
letters from numbers. A 3 is a 5?
It's so far away, I can't even see it. Look, we got a couple of voicemails, and we always promise you guys, if you call in and leave a voicemail, we will play it on the show.
We got some hot voicemails. Let's check this one out.
All right. Oh, hang on. That's my bad, y'all.
Did you choose voicemail 1?
Whoops.
Hello, this is an appointment reminder for... This is QTC Barry E. Rend, Asheville, and we are calling to remind you of your upcoming appointment on Thursday, August 29th at 3 p.m. It is important to bring your completed paperwork with you to your appointment in order to expedite your claim.
Uh-huh.
If you have questions regarding or about your appointment, please call as soon as possible at 800-682-9701. We look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Dude, the fans that call us, man, they're wild.
They're pranking it. That might have been old Scotty Ox calling us again.
Classic Scott. Just
look,
breaking us.
Like we said, any voicemail, we will play it on our...
Oh, dude, it looks like we got a second voicemail.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Around to be another doctor's office.
Let me pull this one up.
Hello, this is an automated call for Connor Clifton.
Oh,
We
okay.
are calling from the Dallas Northwest Big Booty Laboratory about the results of your butt exam. Please get in contact with us immediately, as we believe your butt may keep expanding at an enormous rate. Plus, it smells like rat crap. Have a nice day.
Oh, my God. I can't believe I put my personal email. Or my I can't believe
Can you use your phone
messed
number?
up. I messed up. I put the Effin Rager phone number on.
Well, great. If anyone else wants to schedule their doctor's appointment with our phone number.
Now everyone knows about my big fat ass. Now it's going to keep expanding. thank you so much for putting that together for me,
Just
Ned.
moving to the last segment. Guys, please call our voicemail. I'm going to keep that number up for a little bit.
Call the voicemail. Be goofy. Whenever Travis Reyes calls in and leaves us his movie reviews, he uses the voicemail line. If you have ever wanted to, what's the phrase where you force yourself into something?
Kayfabe?
If you've ever wanted to kayfabe your way onto this show and have a regular segment, the voicemail line is the way to do it. Talking to you, Jack. Talking to you, James. If you want to call in and you want to guarantee that we play it, go ahead and call our voicemail line. And you can say whatever you want. We will bleep out curse words. Now, let's move on to our final segment. Albert, I'm really sorry for what you're about to have to witness here.
Hey, is that Ghostbusters?
I want a new plug. Tell us what's going on.
Tell us all the stuff you're doing after I sing this song. All right, Albert, you got anything to plug?
I'm doing the God damn it. I'm doing the.
That's all. That's
fine.
not fair. The show
That's not fair.
The
right?
show has a naughty name.
Yeah, I'm glad you're. I'm glad you stopped yourself. I really appreciate it, Albert.
God, it's very hard for me with the cuss words.
It's fine. It's fine.
But
I think you made it under 20.
bleep it, guys. Go to the bleep it show at Avant Garden, please. Just so you know, that is not the name of the show. So please, good luck finding it.
Okay, actually, let's do this. Albert, where can we find you online to keep up with all the cool stuff you got going on?
Oh, yeah. Purple Frogpin Guy on Instagram. And then Albert DeLeon on Facebook. And then DeLeon Comedy on Twitter. I didn't really keep up with Twitter for a while. I'm trying to do post more crazy stuff on that.
Good.
So
dig it. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a follow.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Sweet. Any other shows? Any you have your lazy memes and videos.
Oh yeah,
lazy ass memes and videos.
I wasn't sure if I could say it on.
You could say ass.
I got so much stuff. I got lazy ass prank calls. I got a lazy blank.
You're making
sketches.
You can say ass.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, I think you can just say ass. Yeah, just say ass.
Oh, okay.
You're making some sort of lazy ass empire here, and I love it.
I got the lazy ass memes. This is all on Facebook. Oh well, this lazy ass sketches and lazy ass prank calls are on YouTube, so you can find that. And then what is it? The podcast. Change the subject. Yeah. Definitely give that a listen.
Very cool.
Definitely give it a listen. I really enjoyed it. Ned, what do you got to plug?
This Thursday with Every Thursday, Futile Society at Secret Group at 8 p.m., only $5. See some great improv. Sure I have something else coming up. You go ahead and plug. That's it. Find me at Net of the Dead on everything.
All right. On social media, I'm at Cliftocurrency. Find me, love me, like me, subscribe. And this Saturday, if you live in Houston, or if you don't live in Houston and you feel like coming on down, at the Secret Group, I will be putting on yet another You Now Have the Floor. Come visit the fictional town of Hosewater, Texas, as I, playing Alderman Tandy Weathers, and Rahul Rao playing Sheriff Bailiff. Friend of the show.
Just wanted to make sure everyone knew.
Just come on down. It's going to be $5, and it's going to be a great... All right. We're getting a call. All right.
I wrote something on the ceiling for y'all.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good one. Thanks for listening to our show. Albert, you're a fantastic guest. Hope we can have you again soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.